Welcome, everyone, to our podcast.
Yeah, welcome.
We unfortunately didn't get any comments on the name for our last episode, but I think I found one. Let me know what you guys think. I'm thinking the Beatdown Wrestling Podcast.
Interesting.
I think it's pretty cool because that's the essence of what wrestling is right now. It's just beatdowns.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be interesting. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and we'll go from there.
You're gonna say it's better than anything I've came up with. So
yeah. Well, yeah. So you know what? We are actually gonna just jump right into it this week. Again with the introductions. I'm Jason.
I'm Scriv.
So let's get to it. We're gonna start with a SmackDown review. So this week, we did things a little bit differently. We normally both watch each show, and then we pick up topics that we normally want to talk about. This time, I watched SmackDown.
And I watched Raw.
Yeah, and I will tell you, SmackDown was actually a really good show this week. It was really interesting.
The issue with Raw, the only issue I see is that it is 3 hours. If it were 2 like SmackDown, the show would be a lot more interesting, but there's so much boring time.
Oh, it's so much filler.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I just don't like Raw, because it's so long. But anyway, we'll start out by saying Baron Corbin, we'll start out at the beginning. Baron Corbin has unveiled his new entrance this week. And I gotta tell you, his old one was better.
Yeah, I heard that.
I believe it. Everybody he was talking about how people thought his entrance before was like boring and uninteresting. I actually kind of liked it. I thought it was really cool. With the lights, the red and white lights, and then the smoke devouring the stage as he walked through.
You don't see a whole lot of drama in people.
Yeah, the only ones that I can think of that I really like the movement aspect of the entrances that they're doing nowadays, such as Jinder Mahal. He starts walking and then that big Arabic thing just follows him throughout the stage, and then Randy Orton's Viper, obviously, that movement aspect of it that is to me is really really cool. But yeah, his new entrance was really boring. Really boring. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the reason why he came out that it was so boring. But I don't know. Well, I'll have to wait till next week when he's actually using it.
To me, it's just another thing to add onto the list of reasons why Baron.
Yeah. Yeah, and Baron's promo that he cut was not it didn't sound natural. It was bad. It was really bad. He was talking all this stuff about John Cena, and it was just bad. John Cena, however, cutting his promo, he was like, I've been in this business a long time. I've faced a lot of wrestlers, and Shinsuke, I've never faced anybody like him, and you know what? I lost clean. He took the fight to me, and he was a great wrestler. I'm glad that he got the opportunity for the championship. I thought it was going to be me, but he bested me, and that was good for him, And then Baron Corbin comes out, cutting his stupid fucking promo. I already forgot about what he was talking about because it was that boring. But John was came out in between the rings, to talk to Baron, and as you know, they were in Canada. Yeah. Baron Corbin got a dumpster fire chant.
Yeah, Canada was brutal on the superstars this week.
Yeah, they were, and John was like, in my years of being in this business, I've never heard anyone get a dumpster fire chant. And it was so funny. And John later posted on Instagram a picture of Baron Corbin photoshopped into a dumpster fire, which was actually pretty funny. If you're not following him on Instagram, I'd take a look at that picture. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. It just goes to show that Cena is going to bury Baron Corbin at SummerSlam.
Do you think so?
Yes.
Yeah.
Full conviction. Straight up Vince McMahon smiling, Cena wins, LOL.
Yeah, I could see it, but
And
yeah,
then-
Corbin and John Cena have been confirmed for SummerSlam.
And it's gonna be... I hate seeing boring John Cena matches because I've seen amazing John Cena matches within the last year.
Last week,
Yeah.
even.
So, him and Corbin, I'm like, Corbin has ruined almost every rivalry he has been in.
Yeah.
He's gonna ruin this one. He already has. The match is gonna be terrible.
Yeah,
I already know.
Yeah, it's gonna be a dumpster fire.
The fact that he's the Money in the Bank winner right now and not, Sami Zayn or something,
Yeah.
it's a shame.
Speaking of Sami Zayn, I don't know how this happened, but the Usos had a match with Ty Dillinger and Sami Zayn. I believe the Usos won that match. I don't remember.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, they did. I kind of zoned out, throughout that match.
When I heard about that, at first I thought what I imagine a lot of people to think. Sami Zayn is an elite singles wrestler. He should be wrestling other elite singles wrestlers, not teaming with Ty Dillinger to face the Usos.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if you don't have shit for them, make them a tag team. They'd work.
Yeah.
They're both over with the crowd.
Yeah. I mean, they're still to this day, even though Ty Dillinger has seen basically no TV time in the last, 3 to 5 months now?
It's been a while and it hasn't been much TV time, even since he first got called up.
Yeah, but the crowd still does 10 chance.
Yeah. They're still... Ty Dillinger is one of those cases where, for the moment, because the fans will turn on you
instantly.
Drop of a dime.
Yeah.
But for now, they seem to be like, we're gonna keep cheering for him until you push it.
Yeah.
And it's more than likely, I hate to say it, it might have the Zack Ryder effect.
Yeah.
Where he just gets buried by the company to the point where the fans are like, why are we even bothering?
Yeah, why even bother? But the interesting thing about that match was Ty Dillinger, he lost, he got submitted by, I think it was Jimmy. Jimmy submitted him.
Probably with Jimmy's Tequila Sunrise.
Yeah. But yeah, Ty Dillinger got submitted. And then the Usos, stole another one of the New Day's gimmicks. They did the WWE World, type thing in the ring. And then, as they're doing that before they can finish, it was, oh, Montreal! The New Day comes out. And, they do their whole entrance. And the Usos are just kind of standing in the middle of the ring, kind of in shock. And, you expect all of them to come out, but it's just Big E standing in the very middle. And he's wearing a red hoodie and red sweatpants. All red, right?
Signature New Day tracksuit.
Yeah. And so he's wearing all red. And then out of nowhere, Xavier and Kofi blindside Jimmy and Jay from the back and just give this old school prison yard beatdown. Kind of, and they were all wearing all red as well. And to me, what it signified to me is, prison uniforms. All red, just prison uniforms, and just like beaten down.
I don't know. I mean, they've always worn, almost the same outfit.
Yeah.
Since they became a team. And they wear those red tracksuits a lot.
Oh, do they?
Like Up, Down, Down and stuff.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's...
Well, either way, it was they.
I mean, yeah.
They offered up an old school beatdown to Jimmy and Jay.
I'm telling you, the New Day could sell a window to a blind man.
They could sell glasses to a blind man.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool to see them, sort of take the fight to the. They've just been getting beat down by the. For the longest.
Yeah, it was just an old school beatdown, and it was good. It was actually pretty cool. But yeah, it signified to me as like just a prison yard. Like, oh, you're the Uso penitentiary. Well, we're gonna show you what it's really like to be in a penitentiary. We're just gonna beat your ass. And it turned out really well. After that, Kevin Owen comes out, and his Face of America entrance is gone.
I hope it stays gone.
Yeah, me too.
That gimmick failed when they came up with it.
Yeah, it's gone. He's no longer doing that entrance.
And because they have ruined this rivalry between him and AJ, that Face of America gimmick.
Yeah. And what started this is, Shane came out to the ring and was like, all right, I'm the ref. I'm going to bring these two out here and we're going to lay down the rules. I'm going to lay down my rules of engagement for this SummerSlam match that we're having. So he calls out KO and KO comes out and then AJ comes out. And they both kind of just team up on Shane. They're both, they're still kind of like passive aggressively attacking each other verbally, but they're both evenly attacking Shane. KO is like, he goes on this big long rant, I'm not too much worried. I apologize for what I said, about you not being a competent ref last week. It was the heat of the moment. You saw what just happened to me last week. I apologize for that. I am not worried about you screwing me over because you've already screwed over one famous Canadian. You're not going to do it again.
Yeah. I heard about that, mentioning the Montreal Screwjob in Canada. It's pretty taboo, especially with the McMahon in the ring.
Oh, yeah.
But the funny thing is, Kevin turned what would be a face reaction for him to a heel reaction, because after he says that about the McMahon screwing a famous Canadian, he turns and he goes, and he deserved it.
Yeah, he says, even though he deserves it, I don't. So I'm not worried about that. However, AJ, you should be. And let me tell you why. And he points to the Jumbotron, and it shows, a couple of different clips of Shane being a special guest referee screwing over Stone Cold. Where he was in the match with Mankind.
Yeah. Where
he had that pin clean, and then, Shane just gives him a 2 count and then throws him the finger, So Kevin Owens is just attacking, Shane. Just, I'm not worried about it, but AJ should be. And they're both just kind of... KO also was like, I don't see how it can be an unbiased thing, considering just a couple of months ago, this happened, and then it showed the clip where AJ had the backstage brawl and threw Shane through the car window.
Oh, such a brutal...
Oh, gosh. Yeah, and, AJ's just standing in the ring, just kind of shrugging his shoulders like, well, yeah. And AJ says, if you do screw me, it's going to happen just like that, but 10 times worse. And so, Kevin Owens and AJ start talking shit to each other back and forth, and KO goes to attack AJ, and AJ dodges it and goes for a Pele kick, misses KO, and hits Shane.
Yeah.
So it was kind of interesting. I wonder how that's going to turn out for everyone, because KO just walks out, smiling, grinning, happy as can be, and left AJ and Shane in the ring just kind of wondering what the fuck just happened.
I like how they bring how they mention like Attitude Era stuff.
Yeah.
Because you never see, they don't talk about Attitude Era stuff anymore.
No, they don't.
So that was a cool little throwback. I'm interested to see where this takes the next turn, because they have one more SmackDown until SummerSlam.
Yep.
So they have one more chance to get me really sold on this. I'm more sold than I was last week, but I'm still not all that invested.
Yeah.
I don't care who wins, and that's a bad thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
AJ Styles is my favorite wrestler.
Yeah, one of mine too.
So,
number 2.
To just not care if he wins or loses a match, I don't like to feel like that.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot for somebody like you.
It takes a lot, and I don't like to feel like that.
Yeah. They had,
because you should care every single time AJ Styles is in that ring, whether or not he wins or loses.
Yeah, especially with somebody who like KO, who's both really really talented wrestlers, really good at their craft, and there's just no substance behind it,
Yeah.
But surprisingly enough, SmackDown this week had 2 women's matches that weren't multi-women matches.
Thank goodness.
And they were both pretty good.
That's a stark contrast to what happened on Raw.
Yeah, the Charlotte Lana match was bad, but it was good in its own kind of way, because essentially all it was just Charlotte playing with like a cat playing with like a toy mouse.
Yeah.
It was entertaining to watch because Lana is just going 110% all out trying to do this, and Charlotte's just kind of dancing around, doing her thing, having a little fun, and it really shows how weak Lana is.
Yeah.
And it was just it was enjoyable to watch, just let Charlotte have a little bit of fun.
I'm ready for this whole Lana experiment.
Yeah.
I'm ready for her to go back to being Rusev's hot manager / wife.
Yeah.
Because this whole thing with her and Tamina is awful, because Lana can't wrestle and Tamina can't act.
Yeah.
And Tamina can't really wrestle either.
Yeah.
So...
Well, Lana was like, before she challenged Charlotte, Lana was talking to Tamina backstage, and she was like, I try to be the way that I am because I want to be like you. This is Lana talking to Tamina. She's like, I want to be like you, but I want to be more beautiful and more graceful and more ravishing than you. But I want to be like you, Tamina. So I'm going to challenge Charlotte. And after the match, Tamina's like, did you get what you were looking for? Is that really how you're going to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish by challenging the best woman in the company? Really? How can you go from being back to back to back 3-time champion opportunities to this?
I really hope that this all turns out to be like Rusev paid Tamina to protect Lana.
Well, see, the reason I don't think so is because at the end of that little skit after Lana lost, Tamina was like, you had these 3 opportunities to be champion. Now you're going to help me get mine.
Yeah.
And that was the end of it.
Yeah, I mean, it still could lead that way. And I really hope it does, because the payoff for this rivalry is nowhere in sight.
Yeah.
So if they take that swerve, it would be better than just doing nothing.
Yeah.
Which is what they're doing.
Yeah.
But suffice enough to say, Lana's not working.
No.
But let's take a moment in time to rejoice in the fact that Eva Marie is gone.
Yes.
She will not be coming back.
Yes.
Thank
she is gone.
God.
She is gone.
Some people are calling it the end of the Divas era, but there's still quite a few. I don't know, Alicia Fox is really fine.
Yeah.
But there's still bad eggs in that main roster division.
Speaking about bad eggs, I don't necessarily believe so, but I know a lot of you out there will disagree with me. The Naomi Carmella match. If you didn't watch it, I suggest you watching it. It was a really, really good match. It really was. And all things aside, a lot of people will disagree with me, but I really do believe Naomi is a great champion. She plays and holds that title very well.
She does. I will agree to that. She looks like a champion.
She acts like a champion.
She acts like a champion.
She is a great champion, and that match that she had was a fantastic match. I feel, even beside the interfering of
James
the chinless one.
He is back, baby.
He is back, and what a way to come back.
Cost Naomi the win.
Naomi was going to the top rope to do something, and James Ellsworth comes literally out of nowhere, like an RKO from Randy Orton, out of nowhere, and pulls her off the top rope, and then Carmella wins.
It builds Carmella a bit, I think.
Yeah.
Because, she has Ellsworth back. Ellsworth helped her win the women's Money in the Bank in the first place.
Yeah.
how can she lose with Ellsworth there now?
Yeah, I don't know. It was a good match. All things considered, it was a great match. I feel.
And Carmella now has more wins on TV as the Money in the Bank holder than Baron Corbin does.
Yes.
I don't think Baron Corbin's won a match on TV since he won the Money.
I thought he beat Shinsuke once or twice. No.
No.
Oh well. Either way, it was. I would dare to say it was one of the best matches of the night. To be honest.
Probably, but
it really was.
Kind of par for the course with SmackDown, unless Chad Gable's on the card.
Yeah.
Hashtag push Chad Gable.
Yeah. Hashtag push Chad Gable. They also did like a backstage interview with Shinsuke. Just asking him about the John Cena match, and Shinsuke had a lot of really great things to say. He was like, it was my dream, for my entire career to come to the WWE and wrestle with the best in the world. And to be wrestling against John Cena, John Cena, he's the guy, he's that guy, and it was awesome experience. It was really great, but I beat John Cena, and I'm going to go on and I'm going to beat the Maharaja, Jinder Mahal, and he tagged the name of his championship reign should he win it, and I like it. He calls it the Nakamura Dynasty. And it has a fantastic ring to it.
I would have preferred the reign of Strong Style, but they've stopped using Strong Style on TV.
Yeah,
which I disagree with. But...
Yeah, they just call him they don't really call him the King of Strong Style anymore. They call him the artist formerly known as.
Yeah,
which is kind of a bummer, but
it is because he is the King of Strong.
John Cena called him the King of Strong Style in the very beginning of the show.
Yeah,
which was good.
The reason why. It seemed a little weird, didn't it, when he did that? Because they weren't even like chanting King of Strong Style or anything. But I heard they were chanting for Nakamura.
Yeah, Nakamura.
And he goes, he says something along the lines of like, I haven't heard you guys use that chant before, but I see why you're doing it now.
No.
King of Strong Style.
He was like, I never really understood why you guys used that chant so much.
Yeah.
Why you guys enjoyed this guy. Why you guys liked this guy so much. Now I understand. He is the King of Strong Style. I get it. Kind of just, saying, what? The hype that he's gotten that I didn't believe, he's earned it. I understand why he has so much hype now because he's a badass.
Yeah.
But yeah, he tagged his championship reign. Should he win it, the Nakamura Dynasty, and it just sounds fantastic.
It does, but still not as good as Reign of Strong.
Yeah, but I mean, it would be pretty cool. I'm excited.
Or even Era of Strong Style.
Yeah. I don't know. I really hope he beats Jinder. I doubt it. I don't know if it's gonna happen though.
So I should have seen this coming. After what happened last week in that match with the botch off of the exploder.
Yeah.
Vince was
Nakamura.
But after talking with Cena about it, decided he won't be punishing Nakamura, but knocks on a Titan.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it.
I believe that was firmly just a miscalculation. He didn't expect Cena to be that heavy.
Yeah, I'm sure. You could tell. You could tell he went to go do the lift and was like, "Oh shit," Yeah. And it was kind of a part of Cena's fault too, because when you're a big guy like that,
you're supposed to jump.
No, you're supposed to jump, and you're supposed to at least help him rotate. You need to be leaning, and you need to help him rotate, and he didn't rotate that much.
And Cena should have known that.
Yeah,
it was an error on both of their counts.
More so on Shinsuke's, I think.
I'm just glad that Knock isn't being punished for it.
I'm glad that Knock isn't being punished, and I'm glad John Cena's okay.
I really hope his chances of winning at SummerSlam are still high.
Yeah, me too. John Cena even, told the crowd what was going on with that, in his promo. He kind of stepped out in the ring when he first got out there, kind of did like a neck back and forth and just kind of smiled and laughed and shrugged it off, kind of passively letting the crowd know, I'm cool, I'm okay, I'm good,
Yeah.
It was an accident, it happens. So it was SmackDown was actually pretty good this week.
I would love to see, the first brand split. they really picked like 3 core guys on both shows to circulate those shows around.
Yeah.
You know, SmackDown had in 2003 it was Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, and The Big Show.
Mm-hmm.
And on Raw, you had Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and just a cast of other guys.
Yeah.
Really. Booker T, Chris Jericho, RVD, Chris Benoit.
He who should not be named. Speaking of which, we forgot about a match. We forgot about the grudge match, Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal.
Well, we were gonna get to that because that's the main.
Oh yes, yeah.
But I don't know. I will not talk about what he did, but as a wrestler, Chris Benoit is great and should be remembered.
Yeah, I agree.
As long as you don't focus, just get rid of that and focus on how amazing he was in the ring against everybody.
Yeah.
But anyway, I feel like they should do that, focus around like 3 or 4 main guys. Say on SmackDown, they'll spend a good 6 months, half a year around Doc, Cena, AJ, and then maybe Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Circle around those guys, give them all, even though it would give Cena 17, give them all WWE title runs.
Yeah.
Just have them trade that belt back and forth. Make it worth something, because it's not worth shit right now.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. And that, I get that feeling with just about every title, with the exception of the women's titles.
Yeah.
Every title in the company right now has kind of lost its glimmer.
I mean, the U.S. title, but that's really just because it's AJ and KO.
Yeah.
If it were anybody else and they were having that rivalry, we wouldn't be talking about it.
Yeah, the Intercontinental title is shit.
Yeah.
The WWE title that Brock Lesnar's holding right now.
The Universal title is valuable.
Not to
I would call it the most valuable title in the company.
I think the only reason it's the most valuable title in the company is because it's never seen on TV.
Maybe, but I think the people circling around it are what is making it valuable.
Yeah.
Because you have the 4 biggest guys in the company.
Yeah.
I mean, just by body size alone.
Yeah.
But they're also the top 4 guys on Raw.
Yeah, so Raw is doing right now what you think SmackDown should be doing.
Yes.
I can agree with that.
Just change people in and out. We don't need to have all these long rivalries that end up boring.
Yeah. Speaking of long rivalries that end up boring, we'll go to the main event of Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal. No, this wasn't a rivalry match. It was just a grudge match.
And my question is, why?
Honestly, I think it was just filler. They was like, well, we don't really have anything planned for this week. Let's throw in a main event.
I mean, it's like...
Let's put the champion on TV for no apparent reason.
Of all the people you had backstage that did not have matches that week that you could have thrown in there with Jinder, Randy Orton, really?
I'm kind of okay with that.
We just watched them wrestle for the last 4 months in terrible matches.
Yes, however, all of those matches had interferences of some kind.
I mean, I guess so, but...
This one did not, and that's what made it awesome. Awesome in its own way. Awesome for Randy Orton. Bad for Jinder, because Randy Orton completely dominated that whole match. He literally did all of the work. Jinder did absolutely none of it. And it showed how weak of a champion Jinder really is.
And that's my problem.
Yeah.
Jinder Mahal... I don't like it. I fucking hate it. Jinder Mahal is the WWE champion. That is the most prized championship in professional wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean, New Japan, the IWGP championship is highly coveted.
Yeah.
But it's not the WWE championship.
Yeah.
New Japan hasn't been around that long. Or, well, not as long as the WWE.
Yeah.
But Jinder is your champion.
Yeah.
Why make him look weak? Why, Randy Orton's not in the title picture anymore. He's out of it.
I think what they're trying to do with Jinder is they understand that he is a weak wrestler, and they are trying to off-screen push him to step it up. And it's like, listen, we're going to have wrestlers beat the living shit out of you on national television until you step up.
I mean,
you're not going to lose your title, but you're going to look bad while holding it. And if you don't want that, step up.
That's certainly one way to do it. But at the same time, that damages your company.
Yeah, it does.
It damages your company to put a shitty guy who can't act and can't wrestle as your top champion.
Yeah.
That's
to
what
begin
hurts,
with.
That's what hurts your company originally.
Yeah.
It hurts your company even more so now to say he cannot win a match unless his two lackeys are there with him.
Yep. But in Jinder's defense, it is Randy Orton.
You're right. But
it is Randy Orton. And
I am a firm believer that if you hold that title, you are elite.
Yeah, you should be the best in the company.
Yeah, and Jinder wasn't. They put him in that position for no reason other than try to sell tickets in India.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous because they only go to India once a year.
Yeah.
They need to focus on their central crowd. Their American crowd.
Yeah.
That sells the majority of their shows.
To be honest with you, when it comes to the WWE right now, I could give a shit edgewise who the fuck is champion. What they need to work on right now is their fucking creative process. Because it's horrible.
Well, yeah. The prime example of that is them putting the belt on Jinder.
Yep.
Like, what direction are you going in? Where, you have 3 Shark Cage matches in, like, less than a year.
You know what?
I don't want to see another Shark Cage match in my life.
You know, I would like to see another Sexy Pinata.
The only way I want to see another Shark Cage match is if it is Chris Jericho in the Shark Cage. Yeah. And they give him a hot mic.
Yeah.
So let him tell a story from 30 fucking feet in the air.
So, speaking of a Shark Cage match, we'll go ahead and switch over to Raw.
Yeah.
Where you are now the expert.
Yes, I am. So, Raw opens up with Michael Cole.
Oh, you know what? We forgot about something. We forgot about the Fashion Files from SmackDown.
Yeah.
The Fashion Files, the Fashion Peaks skit. Now, this
Fashion Peaks episode 2.
Yeah, this skit was really, really entertaining. It starts out where Tyler Breeze is sitting at a desk with, the Ascension on the other side of the desk. There's like donuts and like a pie in the middle of the table, right? And Breeze is talking to the Ascension. He was like, man, I had a really, really crazy dream about you guys. You were, pouring like maple syrup on a log, and you like pricked Fandango's, finger with a rose, and it was so strange. What does it mean? And the Ascension just standing there like, I don't know, that's weird. You gonna finish that pie? And, Tyler Breeze is like, no. So, they grab the pie and they walk out. And then Fandango walks in, kind of doing that funny walk that he was doing last week, talking real weird. And Tyler Breeze is like, Dango, is that you? Dango, is that you? And, he starts talking really weird. And Tyler Breeze is like, I really hope this doesn't take 18 episodes to get you normal again. Here, drink this. And he hands him like a coffee cup. And Fandango takes like this really small sip of it and like immediately spits it out and just like, puh. It's a damn good cup of coffee, Breeze. It's just hilarious. Like, he just spit it out. But, so, Fandango comes back and he's all normal again. And Tyler Breeze is like, what happened? Where were you? What, who kidnapped you? Do you know? And he was like, aliens. And Breeze is like, what? Aliens? He's like, aliens. Breeze is like, well, how did you escape? Like, how did you get away? And Fandango was like, I could have left at any time, but I didn't want to. And Breeze was like, well, why? He was like, mainly anal probes. I mean, they gave me like a Claire they gave me the power to see into the future, and he was like, what? Breeze is like, what is going on here? He was like, I don't believe you, prove it. And so Fandango like touches his temple and he's like, the next person to come through that door was the one that killed what was the stuffed horse's name? Starts with an A.
Can't remember.
I can't remember, but anyway, he's like, whoever walks through that door next is gonna be the one to that killed the horse, and they look at the door and you hear like footsteps and you see like through a glass window like a figure, and it almost looks like Eric Rowan in his jumpsuit, almost. And then it walks through the door, and it's the guy who played the Enforcer on TV.
Yeah, it's Arn Anderson.
Yeah, Arn Anderson. And he is all pissed off. He was like, you're damn right I did it. You should have named him Arn,
Oh, that was it.
Yeah.
The horse's name is Tully.
Tully, yes.
Yeah, after Tully Blanchard.
Yeah, that's right.
4 Horsemen.
Yeah. But yeah, you should have named it Arn. And then he walks off. And he was like, oh yeah, and I'm taking 2 of these. And he grabs 2 donuts and just walks off. And they're just both standing there like, what just happened? And that was the end of it. It was so funny and entertaining. Like, if you watch anything from SmackDown this week, watch that bit. It was great. It was great.
It just goes to show, Breezango really should be in the title.
Well, what it really shows more than anything is stupid little things like that they used to do back in the day.
Yeah.
Still work and should still be used.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that's not enjoying those little skits. And they're so stupid and they're so goofy.
You have to be able to let the guys cut loose.
Yeah.
Like there's a guy, I think his name's Toru Yano in New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
He is Kazuchika Okada's little lackey.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a coward person. Like, he had a match with Bullet Club's Tama Tonga in the G1.
Yeah.
Runs away from him. Spends, like, the entire match running. And rips off one of the turnbuckle pads and hits him over the head with it. It was a hilariously fun little match. And we need comic relief characters.
Yeah, and
we really do. Like, Santino Marella, probably the best comic relief character I ever saw.
Yeah.
He could make anything funny, and we need more guys like that. And I love what Breeze is doing.
Yeah, I'd really like it too. I thought it was really stupid and lame at first, but the longer it's been going on, it's welcome. It is.
Well, the thing that made it stupid and lame at first was that it was completely scripted.
Yeah.
And now
I feel like they're letting them kind of go.
Vince has a little more trust in them now. Yeah. So he's letting them kind of do their own thing. I mean, Road Dogg, head of SmackDown's creative, is still overseeing it. Yeah. But they'll ask him if they can do certain things, and he'll be like, yeah, go for it. Yeah. And it makes the segments funnier when they're allowed to for themselves.
But anyway, we'll go back over to Raw now. I completely forgot about that, and I'm glad I remembered.
So, Raw opens with Cole and Corey Graves talking about the Last Man Standing match that's the main event between Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns, which was amazing, by the way, but we'll get to that later. Cuts down to the ring. Miz, Maurice, and the Miztourage are in the ring for Miz TV.
Okay.
Miz calls out Jason Jordan. He's like, I want to finish what we started last week. I want Jason Jordan to get his ass down into this ring right now. And then Kurt Angle's music hits. Mm-hmm. He's like, oh, I'm sorry that you won't be getting your guest here tonight, Miz, because Jason Jordan needs time to prepare for his match against Curtis Axel later tonight.
What?
Yeah. Jason Jordan versus Curtis Axel confirmed for later on.
Oh my god.
He's like, but I have an alternative guest that I believe you will find to be a lot better company. And Brock's music hits.
Yeah.
Out comes Brock and Paul Heyman. Brock gets a huge pop from the Canadian crowd.
Oh yeah.
Because they're, Brock lives in Canada now.
That's right. He does.
He has all that land out in Saskatchewan.
Yep.
Because nobody's there.
Yeah.
Brock likes his privacy. But anyway, gets a huge pop from the crowd, and Paul Heyman goes to speak, and Miz is like, Paul, when my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut. And Paul's like, I'm fine, and he just tosses his mic. Miz goes off on this long tangent, essentially explaining what we already went over last week about Brock's chances in the Fatal 4-Way, how if Brock loses, he's leaving WWE. Yeah. He calls The Miz calls Brock Lesnar hot rubbish. Yeah. He's like, and this hot rubbish is going to leave, thank goodness.
Oh boy.
And essentially tells Paul Heyman that he should jump on the ship of Roman, Braun Strowman, or Samoa Joe while he has the chance. And
which I can partly agree with.
Miz is like, is there anything you'd like to add to this, Mr. Advocate? Paul reaches down, picks up his mic. He's like, Miz, do you and Maurice enjoy roleplay? And at first everybody's like, what the fuck? And he's like, I happen to really, really enjoy the roleplay. So, let's do a little bit of roleplay here. Looks at Miz, he points at him, he's like, alright, you are Roman Reigns. Points at Bo Dallas. And you look like you're ready to fight. You're standing there with your fist clenched and everything. You are Samoa Joe. Looks at Curtis Axel, he's like, you have your chest puffed out and everything, you have your big beard. You are Braun Strowman. And my client, Brock Lesnar, now offers to you a little preview of SummerSlam. As Paul gets out of the ring, Brock just lunges forward and clotheslines the shit out of the Miz.
Yeah. No.
No, he Germaned him.
He clotheslined Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel and then Germaned the Miz.
That's right.
Yeah.
But it was just a savage beat.
Oh yeah, like a 1v3.
Everybody gets a German and an F5.
Yeah.
It was just insane, and that's the stuff I love to see with Brock.
Yeah.
I love to see him kicking.
Yeah, well, I mean, you would see it more if he would be on TV more.
True, and that's what a lot of people are bitter about, but I'm the type of person, I don't feel like Brock needs all the time.
I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like the champion needs to be there all the time, which is why I don't necessarily like Brock holding. But Brock Lesnar himself doesn't need to be.
Yeah, I can agree. I can agree with the sentiment of Brock Lesnar on TV being a treat. You know, like, oh, Brock Lesnar's going to show up this week.
And
that's going to be great.
And especially in Canada.
Like, I understand that Brock Lesnar is a commodity and should be treated as such, just not as a champion.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. But all signs still point to Brock losing at SummerSlam.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be glad. I'm ready to see a new champion.
Another update in the potential Brock Lesnar John Jones fight. John Jones has said he is strongly considering buying himself a front row ticket.
Oh yeah, that would be great to see.
I think it would be cool because all he has to do is get his agent to call somebody. He'll be given a free ticket.
Oh yeah.
Hell, they might even bring him in to do something with him.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. There's a world of possibilities there because Vince likes UFC fighters now.
Yeah, apparently with the 4 horsemen of the UFC.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that a little bit later, maybe.
Yeah.
SummerSlam, the last 2 matches are going to be really exciting.
Yeah.
Especially the main event. That Fatal 4-Way, it's going to be the best match. I already know. Yeah. It's going to be the best. So
from what I saw, Raw, like really for the rest of the night, wasn't really that interesting.
it wasn't all that good. The opening segment and the main event were the best two spots.
Yeah.
Just gonna cover things. I've forgotten some stuff.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of a forgettable Raw.
Yeah, I believe
but
it.
I'm gonna go over some things. First off, Bailey came out. Her shoulder still bandaged up pretty heavy. She announced that she won't be competing at SummerSlam. She got booed by the crowd.
Bailey?
Yeah.
Really?
She got booed pretty heavy by the crowd.
That's really interesting.
I mean,
because she's super babyface.
Yeah, normally people wouldn't care about a babyface throwing themselves a pity party in the ring. But I don't know. You know, Canadians tend to be a little ahead of the curve.
Yeah, they're brutal.
Yeah, they are brutal, and they seem to sense where things are going a little bit better than Americans do. So, I don't know. Maybe they're trying to say, make Bailey a heel. Maybe they're trying to say, the way you're booking her sucks. Maybe they've lost faith in Bailey.
Yeah.
I don't know. All I know is that it was really surprising.
Yeah, that is surprising.
And then they announced that on Raw, there would be 2 triple threat women's matches. And the winner of those 2 matches will face each other next week. And the winner of that match will face Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam.
I'm so sick of multi-women matches.
I think it's a good thing for them to do it on Raw. Because where SmackDown, you know, all of the women are getting spotlighted.
Yeah.
On Raw, none of the women are getting.
Yeah, you got a point there, I guess.
So it was really good to see, you know, like Emma, Mickie James.
Yeah.
It was good to see them on Raw finally again.
Yeah. Because when Mickie James like re-debuted,
she got a huge push on SmackDown.
She got a huge push and a huge pop too. And I was really
had she stayed on SmackDown, she probably would have had a women's championship run.
Yeah, and I was really excited to watch Mickie James because I remember back in the day, you know.
And then she came over to Raw, and they have nothing for her now.
Yeah.
It really sucks.
Yeah.
I feel like they should have kept her with Alexa Bliss for longer. Because Alexa Bliss is a heat magnet.
Oh, yeah.
She generates heat. Everything she does.
Not only because that ass is fire, but, you know.
She's perfect. I'm going to say this right now, you know, in case somebody shows it to Alexa Bliss or something. She is perfection and is my favorite woman on the roster. I love her character. She's not a bad wrestler either.
She's a great wrestler.
Yeah, she is.
She's a great wrestler.
She is great for the character that she portrays.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go ahead and assume this is leading to Sasha and Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't end in a shitty way like the last.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Bailey predicts that Sasha will win.
As usual.
And then they start the first match, which was Sasha Banks, Emma, and Alicia Fox. Really good match. Sasha picked up the win. She had Alicia Fox in the bank statement. And then Emma pulled her off and went for a roll-up. Sasha Banks rolled out of that, put Emma in the bank statement. Emma ended up tapping.
Yeah.
Later on in the night, you had Nia Jax against Mickie James and Dana Brooke, and that was really just Nia Jax murdering.
Yeah, I mean, anytime Nia Jax is in the ring, you pretty much know what's gonna happen.
Unless she's facing, you know, Sasha Banks or Bailey.
Yeah.
Nia won.
Obviously.
I didn't. So next week it will be Sasha Banks and Nia. Winner of that will face Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam.
I have a feeling it's gonna be Nia. Because IRL, Nia and Alexa Bliss are very, very close friends.
Oh yeah, they're best friends.
Yeah, and so I can see them, you know, wanting to face each other.
Yeah.
Because they already have a really good rapport. I think their wrestling will be really interesting.
But at the same time,
it also makes sense.
Sasha
smallest girl on the roster versus biggest girl on the roster.
Sasha Banks and Alexa also have so much heat. Like this hasn't been confirmed by either of them. But I hear they don't like each other in real life.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't disagree with that. I wouldn't, fight that.
But they also generate a lot of heat against each other in promos and stuff.
Yeah.
And their first match at Great Balls of Fire, despite the crappy ending, was pretty damn good.
Yeah, I don't know. I can
Alexa
see...
doing that double jointed trick.
Yeah,
like she snapped her arm.
Yeah, that
was vicious. I loved it.
Yeah, I don't know. I can see where they're going with it. Smallest person versus biggest person.
Yeah, I don't want to see Nia Jax's women's champion.
Believe it or not, I don't think she would be.
I don't feel like that would help.
I don't think I don't think it would happen anyway. Because Alexa Bliss is too good of a champion to give it up to Nia Jax. But I don't think they want to give it to Sasha either.
No, they don't. So I'm predicting Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, no matter how it goes.
I already thought she would retain again.
Yeah. But you never know. They might do one of those rare swerves that they hate to do. So.
Seth Rollins faced Sheamus. Sheamus won off of a roll up.
Oh yeah, okay. It was Seth Rollins and Sheamus and Dean Ambrose and Cesaro. Yeah. Okay.
But Sheamus go to attack Seth. Dean Ambrose doesn't come out.
Yeah.
Seth's walking backstage after a commercial break. Dean walks up to him. He goes, you make me look like a real jerk now. 'Cause I told you I wasn't coming out there, and you still had to get yourself attacked. You make me look like a real jerk. And Seth is like, you know what? You are a real jerk. It's been 3 years since what happened. Yeah. You need to get over it. Yeah. I'm sitting here trying to prove myself to you, and I don't appreciate you spitting in my face every chance.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? Maybe you would understand it a little better if you were the one that got stabbed.
He's got a point.
Yeah, he does. But at the same time, I have to agree with Seth. Get over it.
Yeah. Yeah, but, anyway, that's also coming from a fan of the Shield. Yeah. Who will do anything it takes to get them to be back together again.
I'm just tired of boring old Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
And this is something new.
Yeah.
Later on,
something that'll be really good for Dean too.
Yeah.
Because I love Dean. I love his character. I love his style. I think he's a great personality and really good for the company. But he needs somebody to kind of carry him for a little bit.
Yeah. I've always leaned more towards Seth, and then maybe even more Roman Reigns over Dean.
Yeah, well, no, I've always known Seth and Roman Reigns are better than Dean. I just personally liked Dean.
And most people are that way. I don't know. I'm picky.
Yeah.
But later on in the night, Dean Ambrose...
I'm picky.
Yeah.
I'm one of the pickiest guys you can think of.
Yeah.
I don't like anybody. If I like you, there's something about you.
But later on in the night, Dean Ambrose and Cesaro face each other. Good match.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. There were so many uppercuts.
I mean, that's what he does.
Boom, boom. It was uppercut city.
Yeah.
Dean wins on a roll-up.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of seeing roll-ups in professional wrestling.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of it. Sheamus attack Dean. Seth comes out and makes the save.
Yep.
For Dean. Proving, this isn't one-sided.
Yeah.
You saved me, I'll come save you.
Yeah.
And so Seth is standing there in the ring after clearing out Sheamus. Dean gets up, he's like, you know what? Screw it. And he puts the fist out.
Yeah.
For the shield pose. Staring Seth in his eyes. Seth looks at him for quite a while.
Yeah, this is like 2 or 3 minutes of just stare down.
Yeah. And he's like, you know what? No. Not yet.
Yeah, and Seth just kind of walks away.
Yeah. Seth. And I can understand it. It's like, so now how you want to join me?
Yeah.
Like, really,
I don't know.
Dude.
It's just like, I'm so ready for them to get together.
The thing is, they're gonna confirm I know where this is going. They're gonna confirm Seth and Dean versus Shaymaru for SummerSlam.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen this coming Monday.
Yeah.
And
cast your votes now.
This coming Monday, guarantee you, we're gonna see the Shield pose.
Yeah.
Between the two of them. I know it's heading there. I want to see it. Everybody wants to see it.
Yeah, there's no way they won't do it.
The band is getting back together, baby.
Yeah, well, minus Roman Reigns.
Minus Roman. Who cares about Roman?
I really don't. I don't want to see him champion.
I mean, I do, but I don't care about him being in the Shield scenario yet.
He never really fit in my opinion, anyway.
He did to me. You know, he's a monster. You didn't get to see the Shield stuff live.
Yeah, you're right. You got a point there.
Watching it all happen live, the Shield was amazing. The best 3-man group I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Aside from the New Day.
Yeah. I've heard that quite a bit.
But yeah, it looks like this Monday. I'm so hyped for it. Seth and Dean are getting back together. It's gonna be great. Akira Tozawa beat Arya Daivari again.
Yeah.
It was an interesting promo by Neville.
Oh, yeah. Like, finally a promo where Neville's just not blowing smoke up his own ass.
Yeah.
It was refreshing.
Talks about how, you know, when Tozawa beat Arya Daivari the first time on 205 Live, that was for a #1 contenders match.
Yeah.
Tozawa won. Tozawa will face Neville at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Hasn't been moved to the pre-show yet. And
then Neville was like,
you know, what's gonna happen now that you're facing him again?
When he has
but
nothing
this
to
time
lose.
he has nothing to lose,
Yeah.
and he walks off. It was pretty nice.
He was like, doesn't sound smart to me, but what do I know? And just kind of walks off.
Yeah.
You know?
It goes to show, you know, the best wrestlers on Raw, almost all of them are in the Cruiserweight.
Yeah.
But Neville is about the only guy who can really.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but I think Enzo Amore would really succeed in the Cruiserweight division.
Yeah, he would. I don't know. I don't know.
I think he's better than almost everyone on the 205's roster. As far as wrestling skill,
I wouldn't say that.
I can really only think of 2 people that are better.
I can't agree with that either, but I don't know. I watched the Cruiserweight Classic. I know when these guys are in high stakes, high level situations, how impressive they can all be.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
The thing is, they don't get enough TV time to showcase them.
Yeah, I don't know.
You would think within 3 hours of Raw, they would be able to give the Cruiserweights longer run times, but Vince McMahon's not interested.
Yeah.
Which is sad. Really good, hungry guys.
Yeah. I don't know. If you want to promote really good, hungry guys, that's what NXT is for, in my opinion.
I feel like what they should do with the Cruiserweights to make it better, allow them to wrestle normal roster guys.
Yeah.
You know? Just keep the Cruiserweights, you know, only a Cruiserweight can compete for the championship.
Yeah.
But other than that, you know, let them compete with normal roster guys.
Yeah.
Give them more chances to showcase themselves.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. I never really found too much interest in 205.
I mean, I don't watch the network show.
I don't know.
Nobody does.
I just.
But
I don't know. I can't. I agree with the fact that Neville is the greatest cruiserweight there, but I would like to see him tested.
I don't think, honestly, that Enzo can test him in the ring.
No, I don't think so either. But anyway,
again, looks like Arya Daivari versus Neville at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Not on the pre-show yet.
Akira Tozawa.
Akira Tozawa. Because they both start with A's.
Yeah.
Uh, anyway, what else happened? Oh yeah. So Jason Jordan comes out to the ring. He got the shit booed out of him.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Damn.
But he's getting booed everywhere, so you can't just be like, "Oh, those damn Canadians."
Yeah.
He's getting booed everywhere.
That's a bummer.
They cut to the back. Curtis Axel's sitting on a trainer's bed. The trainer talking with Kurt Angle, and the trainer's like, "I can't send him out there in this condition."
Yeah.
Because he got his ass beat by Brock Lesnar. So Kurt's like, "Shit, he's already out in the ring. What am I gonna do?" Takes 5 steps, and he runs into a jobber warming up backstage.
Yeah.
Like literally 5 steps. He didn't have to search at all.
Yeah.
He's like, "What's your name?" And the dude's name's like Jean-Pierre Goulet, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Very French Canadian.
Yeah.
He's like, "All right, your opponent's already out there in the ring. Go out. Go get out there."
Yeah.
He's like, "All right." And the match starts. Immediate "Let's go jobber" chant.
Yeah.
People aren't invested in Jason Jordan, and neither am I. Because Chad Gable is so much better.
Yeah.
Chad Gable is... He could have made this work.
Yeah.
Jason Jordan can't make this work. He has been stuck with a storyline that is going to kill any chance he has of making a career. Unless it is all leading to Triple H and Stephanie Classic Screw, where Jason Jordan turns on Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
If that's where this is leading, I'll hang on. I'll sit back.
I mean, you really don't have too much of a choice but to hang on and see what happens.
Yeah. But as of right now, Jason Jordan, good wrestler, very athletic. I've lost interest.
Yeah.
Beats the jobber, gets booed out of the arena.
Yada yada yada.
Yada yada. Enzo comes out, cuts his normal spiel promo.
Yeah.
Out comes Big Show. Very boring stuff.
I don't know. I enjoy.
It didn't get interesting until Gallows and Anderson came out.
Yeah.
Gallows and Anderson come out. Say, if you two are looking for a challenge,
here we are.
Look no further than former Raw Tag Team Champions, the Good Brothers.
Yeah.
And
they call them nerds, and
it's like we'll take on you two nerds right now.
Yeah.
And it's great. Gallows and Anderson are hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of enjoying where they're going with this Big Show Enzo Amore thing. You know what?
The Hardys were not on Raw.
No, they weren't.
No, they weren't.
They're probably getting awoken. They're probably asleep right now, trying to wake up. The awoken Hardys.
What are they gonna do?
They're probably gonna do the same thing.
The whole premise of this was that they were getting their asses beat by the Revival every week.
Yeah.
Scott Dawson is injured now.
Fuck the Revival.
He tore a muscle in his shoulder, I believe, or no, his bicep.
Yeah.
He tore a muscle in he tore his bicep.
Yeah.
Had surgery. He's going to be out until November or December. What is left for the Hardys on Raw in the tag team division?
Probably nothing.
Gallows and Anderson are faces.
Yeah.
What are they going to have? A match on the SummerSlam pre-show?
I don't think they're going to have a match on SummerSlam.
Which is a damn shame.
They haven't been confirmed for a match at SummerSlam.
Not yet.
Not yet.
And maybe not at all.
Maybe not at all. I doubt at all.
It was all leading towards a triple threat tag team between the Hardys, Gallows and Anderson, and the Revival. That's scrapped now.
Yeah.
Because the Revival are on the shelf until probably December.
Yeah, and Gallows and Anderson are now locked in a rivalry with Enzo and Big Show.
No.
Well, not locked. But building heat for one.
I think that was a one-off.
You think so?
Yeah, because Cass came out.
Oh, yeah, true.
So, anyway, that interaction between Big Show and Enzo and Gallows and Anderson leads to a tag match. I didn't pay much attention to the match itself. as funny as Gallows and Anderson are on the mic, they're kind of boring in the ring.
Yeah, I believe they lost.
No, they won.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, they did win.
Because what happens is Big Cass comes out, makes a distraction to Big Show, who's standing on the apron. Big Show gets blindsided by Luke Gallows, drops down onto the floor outside. Enzo goes and tries to roll up Gallows, takes a rocket kick face from Carl Anderson.
Yep.
Knocked out.
That's
Gallows and Anderson pick up the win. Big Cass starts wailing on Big Show, really laying into it. Big Cass isn't impressive.
He's not.
He's not. They try to hype him up as being, the best big guy in the business, but that's Braun Strowman.
Yeah. I don't know. And then he gets the whole struggle ends with a big giant fist from Big Show, and then it's it.
Well, what happens is Enzo attacks him from behind. Cass gets up, chases Enzo around the entire ring, where he gets met on the other side, back where he was before, by Big Show's fist. Knockout punch. Cass can ragdoll really well.
Yeah.
But everything else is kind of bad.
Yeah.
Later on that night, Cass comes to Kurt Angle, says it's ridiculous how Enzo keeps interfering in all of his matches.
And then they confirm that stupid Enzo in a shark
Big
cage
Show
match.
Versus Big Cass at SummerSlam, with Enzo suspended 30 feet above the ring in a shark cage. Enzo Amore is a sexy pinata.
Yeah.
And
he's a certified pinata.
I so don't want to see it. That's gonna be my piss break match of SummerSlam.
Yep. We're kind of running out of time, so let's move to the main event.
All right, yeah, nothing really else happened. Anyway.
Yeah.
Main event: Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, last man standing. A match primarily reserved for the end of a feud.
Yeah.
Amazing, both of them. No, you don't think Braun Strowman sells anything?
I don't.
He sold so much in that. He went through a table.
The thing about it is, I don't think he sells anything, and I don't necessarily want him to sell anything either.
No, he shouldn't sell a lot.
And he doesn't sell a lot.
But what he does sell, gold.
Yeah, oh yeah, I agree with you. When he does sell, it's good. But he doesn't very often sell.
Roman Reigns gave him a Samoan drop through a table. Mm-hmm. The table exploded.
Yeah. Roman Reigns also gave him a spear.
Oh man. So we'll get to that because that's later. That's almost the end of the match.
No.
The match goes pretty slow because they're beating the hell out of each other
as usual. Yeah.
Get out of the ring. I think. Yeah. So Braun goes through the table on that Samoan drop. Mm-hmm. He rolls out of the ring so that he can make it back to his feet before 10.
Yeah.
He was at about 8. Rolls out of the ring, gets back on his feet. He's up. And Roman was already up.
Yeah.
He goes and walks over to the timekeeper's area, kind of resting over the timekeeper's chair. Roman gets out of the ring, goes around the other way to try to spear Braun through the barricade.
Yeah.
As he's charging full steam ahead, Braun lifts up this large leather-padded office chair that the timekeeper was sitting in, chucks it, pegs it off of Roman Reigns' head.
Yeah.
I was like, if that would have been the end of the match, I would have been fine.
Yeah.
He knocked him out. But Roman makes it up on an 8 count. They keep on fighting. They go all around the arena. They get up to the top. And Braun starts slamming him into the stage, the wall of video screens.
Yeah.
They start fighting down the ramp. Roman does an incredibly fast spear. Runs down the ramp, full steam ahead, connects. Best spear I have ever seen Roman.
Yeah.
And Roman Reigns does the second best spear I have ever seen.
Number 1, Edge.
Edge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Goldberg was impressive, but his was more of like a football tackle.
Yeah.
You know, Rhino does the gore, that's pretty cool. But Edge, just picture perfect spear every time.
Yeah.
And Roman has kind of gotten that good too.
Yeah.
I do not like Roman Reigns' character, but I love to watch him wrestle now. Sometime within the last year where we haven't had to pay attention to Roman Reigns as much, he's gotten to be a top guy in that ring.
Yeah.
He is a ring general now. And it's cool to see. So after that super spear, Roman gets up, exhausted, backs into the corner of the barricade. Samoa Joe pops up behind him, gets him in a coquina clutch, and literally walks him over to where Braun Strowman is lying down. The referee stops the count at this point. Braun's still down.
Yeah.
They were at a 7 when Joe grabbed Roman. Braun should have lost.
Yeah.
You don't stop the count.
Yeah.
Because it was way after what would have been 10 before Roman dropped.
Yeah.
Braun should have lost. But anyway, Joe walks Roman over to where Braun is laying, chokes him out, leaves him on the ground. Referee starts the count. At 8, Braun gets right back up like nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, were you really playing possum the whole time? Come on, man.
Yeah.
I did not like the finish of this match, simply because if you want Braun Strowman to end up the winner of that rivalry between him and Roman Reigns,
Let him win.
let him win, clean.
Yeah.
Don't let him win just because Samoa Joe choked out.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of curious on how much longer this rivalry is going to go. If
I
it's
don't
going to
know.
extend past SummerSlam or...
We'll find out at SummerSlam.
Yep. But, that being said, that is going to do it for our show.
Yeah, we will not, unfortunately, have a normal review podcast next week. Instead, we're going to do a little bit of a ramble that we will
Yeah, we're just gonna...
that we'll upload next Saturday.
Yeah, we're just gonna, just talk, rant a little bit, talk
And
about
then
whatever.
The week after next, we will return with
A SummerSlam review.
Yeah, that'll go a little bit longer than normal.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have to cover quite a bit of stuff. We're gonna have to speed run Raw and SmackDown of this coming week.
Yep.
SummerSlam, and then maybe even speed run Raw and SmackDown next.
Yep. All right. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
If you have any ideas, thoughts, comments, leave them in the comments down below.
We will try to set a precedent for answering most comments that we get.
Yeah, most if not all.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for listening. This is the Beatdown Wrestling Podcast. I'm Jason.
I'm Scriv.
And have a great day.